Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to Booger the DJ, only on the Deep House Space. It is all within you, all within you, all within you. Moving silently in shadows, so you bring light at the end of the tunnel of freedom. You have been digging. Dream it, believe it, implement it. If it fails, start over again. Do it, because it is all within you. It is all within you. Now's the time to create the perfect moment. A moment to advance and uplift your position in this world you dwell in. A moment that will define your existence. A moment that will give the outside world a glimpse into yours and prove that you are a force to be reckoned with. Yes, that is what you are. A force to be reckoned with. Just believe it. Dream it. Believe it. Implement it. If it fails, it is all within you. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to Booger the DJ. It's all within listening to Uber the DJ. Gentlemen, you are now listening to Uber the DJ. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to Booga the DJ, only on the Deep House Space. My name is Bongani Mehlomakulu, the Deep House Space. Grace upon these platforms that expose the undiscovered. As we enter, we breathe fire from the other side. Conquer and divide, by our rules they will abide. House music is in control, now turns the tide. In our house, we are one, connected with the rhythm. My name is Bongani Mehlomakulu, and you're tuned in to the Deep House Space.
Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Happy Friday. Okay, I think I have a plate. I leave and come.
Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone is good. Vox, awuyehle ntwana ubuye mpinjam. Ivo mic yakika, yeah, sipha ama issue nyana. Welcome to it, welcome to it, welcome to the Deep House Space, guys. Welcome to it, man. It is another fringalinga, man, another edition, another pre-party start of everything. You know how we do it, the Deep House Space. Welcome to it. Siyabonga, siyabonga, siyabonga. Already you guys are already here, man. Yeah, it is that great Friday, man. Welcome to it, welcome to it. I'm not alone, nonkazi. Outing testi mic kankazi. Kazi.
Hi, Puga Unjani.
Um,
Hi, Vox. I would like to welcome everyone who's here today. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Thank you for spending your time with us. If you're here for the first time, please do stick around. It's always great here on Friday. There's great music, there's great conversations. So thank you so much for joining us.
Hello. It is artist checky mic Vox. Except Vox.
Sizame futhi.
Angeke mpinjam, yakukhafula. Hayi mfana, hayi le gutsi oyidrayivayo namhlanje no.
Singenza ukugcina le nto. Le nto kuhlala emaplazini mfethu yazi. Le nto kuhlala emaplazini ayikazi we-grand empilweni.
I know, loud and clear mpinjami. Mara angazi noma uyazimute or kuyenzakalani. I know, imupha inking captain wethu. But anyways, open up with a great mix. Some releases that are gonna be coming out soon. Started off with C Black and C Moody featuring Bongani Mehlo Makulu with a new, followed by Ora Q and Mafia Native with Love Letter, and followed by Deep Essential with Smack. Deep Essential and Smack Shaira, yes, and ended up with Uslaga with Independence. Hope you guys enjoyed that mix, man. Hope you guys enjoyed that mix. Yazi man, we need to start. I need to start uploading these mixes, yabo. So that every Friday we know ukuthi I know abantu bangajiva wherever they are, so that they could enjoy themselves every weekend. But nevertheless, our artists are already here. It is checking Mikey of illmatic deep, and so that we could keep it rolling. Exe illmatic.
Hey, how's it?
Blessed in yourself, King. How's your
Good,
Friday?
good.
How's your Friday?
Hectic. We're moving, so yeah. I just took some time off to be here on the space, and yeah. But it's a busy day.
Without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. Thank you very, very much, man, for joining us. Welcome to the Deep House Space, man. Let's try the
Thank
mic
you.
Vox futhi, and let's hear if probably iyavuma or what. Except Vox.
Okay, yeah, I'm here again. I tried this mic thing again, and hopefully it's working. Is it working? Hundreds? Yes. No. No. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Hundreds, ask
Okay.
Jim, mfana.
Yes.
Ask Jim.
Yes. Thank you to the team for welcoming everyone already. Right? Forgot did that. Shout out to Kazi for being here. Shout out to our first guest, illmatic Deep. Actually has a release today out, so we're gonna play some of the songs, which is one of the songs that came out today. Just search the name illmatic Deep on your streaming services, and you'll come across this young man. And it's amazing music. illmatic, are you good, brother?
Good, Vox. How are you?
Oh, hundreds. Let's not waste time. Because it's Friday, you're also moving.
Yeah,
Boga,
true.
are we ready for the first song?
Give me two, Mpinjami, give me two.
Okay, Puga wants 2 minutes. I don't know what 2 minutes for. But thank you for making your first appearance, Magic Deep on the Deep of Space. How does it feel, man?
Hey, bruh, I'm honored. Hey, I'm honored. So yeah, it feels great. I'm excited meeting everyone here. So yeah.
Yeah, one day if you can tell the grandkids the Deep of Space, and it was actually cool, right?
Most definitely, most definitely. And thanks for the opportunity, Vox. Booga, thanks for the opportunity. And then I hope the listeners will enjoy the music as well.
No, they definitely should, man. They definitely should. As we wait for Puga, brief history about Ilmatic Deep. Please just give us a brief history. Thank you.
Okay, not a problem. So Illmatic Deep is a DJ from Pretoria, a DJ and a producer from Pretoria, Harangua, but currently relocated to Soweto. And then I've been doing music since from a young age, actually, since primary school. So we've been playing percussions there. There was a group called the Taha Music Project where we used to perform different places. So that's where I actually saw that I have a passion for music. And then grew up, learned how to DJ. Then I saw that no man, actually I need to make beats. And then I met this other guy called Coca the Late, and then he taught me how to produce. And then I think it was 2013. And then the rest is history.
Yeah, no, the rest is history indeed, because we are here on the Deep of Space and we're about to play your music. Thank you so much for sharing that. I will come back to you about moving from the capital city to Soweto. That's a wild one. That's a wild one. Nothing is okay, Soweto Jeremiah, but I wish you all the best, man. I wish you all the best. Boga, are you ready for some music? 2 minutes to play lead. Okay. I think we lost Boga, right? In Kazizo.
Yeah, he dipped.
Okay. It looks like Boga and I drive in it. Guys, shit, today is not gonna be a good day. But anyway, Elmatic Deep, would you like to share why you're moving to Soweto?
Yeah, man. Moving from the capital city to Soweto. Actually, it was because of work purposes. But my family is still there in Pretoria. So I go there mostly on weekends if I had gigs as well. And then I go to Pretoria. But yeah, most of the time you can say I'm this side. But I also spend more time with family there in Pretoria.
Okay, now beautiful, man, beautiful. Today you released a song. It's on our um, track listing to play. Could you tell us about Vipers?
Okay, Vipers actually was an inspiration from Problem Child, 1083. From the previous productions, like your clubbing, your Etla Gauteng, Etla Soweto. So that vibe actually is the one that made me to create something like Vipers. Because I was listening, there was, I think, early this year, I was listening to his old music. Now he's part of Black Motion. I don't know if you know him, but yeah, he's part of Black Motion. He's a DJ there. So that's what inspired me. And then we created Vipers. I'm with Nick Veron and more music. And then uh, the production started when I made a beat, added chords, bass line. And then I invited Nick Veron to the studio. And then he said, okay, I have some few ideas. And then the bridge, it's all Nick Veron, the bridge. So yes, that's how we came upon Vipers.
No, thank you so much for sharing that, teacher. Thank you so much. Let's check on our DJ. If our DJ is Poga, are you ready for some music?
Hey, sorry
Oh,
about
Mega.
that, guys. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Technical glitches, but are we good? Let's go. Kicking it off with illmatic Deep and Nick Veron featuring more music. Vipers. Enjoy.
Introducing the Deep House Space. My name is Euphonia. Imagine yourself lost in a world of pulsing bass lines, hypnotic melodies, and infectious grooves. Welcome to your haven for deep house delights. Let's embark on the sonic journey together.
house space, 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 space,
Hi, this is Nkazi Zulu the Force. You are currently tuned into the Deep House space. Please do share the space, invite others, and get ready for amazing music and great conversations.
Yes, just like Kazi Zulu the Force says, you're listening to the Deep House Space, where we have great conversations and absolutely amazing music. Thank you so much for joining us. The first song from our first guest today, illmatic deep. Illmatic deep. I think you need to also change more. Secret World EP now. Put in the latest release. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you are enjoying the first part of the Deeper Space. Before I give the mic to the panel, we played a couple of songs. Boga played a couple of songs. Started with C Moody and T Black featuring Bongani Metro Makulu, All Within You. Then he went on to play Rogue and the Massive Mafia Natives, Love Letter. I think those songs. I think it's coming somewhere out in August somewhere. And then he played the Deep Essential song where they feature Smack Shira. I think that's supposed to be out today, but I think they just have some small technical issues. So those are the first songs that we opened up with. Let me give the mic to Nkasi Zulu. Nkasi Zulu, the voice. Nkasi Zulu, the force, not the voice, the force.
You know what? I really like that song because it had a lot of interesting futuristic sounds, and I'm a big fan of futuristic sounds. And yeah, it was a beautiful song. I will be back with questions in the next round.
Oh, okay. No, Nkasi Zulu, the force. Seeing that you want to come back with questions on the next song, let's play the next song. Let's play the next song, and then because we've got 3 songs to play from illmatic deep today. If you've never heard his discography, you're gonna hear some of his songs today. But in the meantime, you can go and just scroll, you search his name on streaming services, and you'll come across his wonderful music. Boga, are you ready for another song?
Yes, sir. Up next, illmatic deep featuring Job, Soul Brother, and Black Trump. Not an ordinary preacher. Enjoy.
And you're tuned into the Deep House space, 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 space,
black household. If you got the blue, white Jesus on the walls, I suggest you take them off. How come you cherish something that is not even looking like you or your identity? Have you recognized they've been praising this man, yeah, they're still poor. Wake up, people. I mean, wake up. Black, or should I say natives? Can I tell you something? I'm not your ordinary preacher. I know y'all like Jesus, man. How can you say something like that? Well, for years they've been using this man as a market strategy. Moi, let me preach the reality. Let me fooling my people. I mean, wake up. Yes, hold up. Yes, oh Lord. 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 I'm not your ordinary preacher. I'm not gonna say things that you wanna hear. Those who got ears that will hear. Out of ignorance and fear, man created Jesus. They give praises on the name of the Son. I'm not your ordinary preacher. I'm not gonna say things that you wanna hear. Those who got ears that will hear. Out of ignorance and fear, man created Jesus. They give praises on the name of the Son while they suffer. Yes, oh Lord. 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 Yes, oh Lord.
Yo, this is your boy Usi Black. You are now tuned into the Deep House Space. Hashtag the Deep House Space.
Yes, you tuned into the Deep House Space. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm actually just hearing the voice notes of C Black. We've invited C Black and C Moody to come through next week. They released a duo EP called C Squared. So they're actually going to be joining us, I think, next week, right? I think sometime. And then Beat Soul is also coming. Yes, Beat Soul is coming next week. And Push Guy is coming. I think a lot of people have also been waiting Beat Soul somewhere. Ne? Yeah, Beat Soul is coming today. Kasi Zulu, do you finally have something to say? I think we'll make Sikuna Masin.
No, I think he's a very, very good producer. Like when I was listening to his music, I actually started imagining a lot of collaborations that I could hear him, or rather, people that I could hear him working with. Illmatic, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. With that being said, do you have any producers that you dream of working with?
Yes, most definitely. I've got Chima Music, I've got Deep Essential, I've got C Black. There's some of his songs that I wish I could have touched them. So there's a lot, actually. There's a lot.
And what inspired you to get into the music?
As I said in the beginning, that it started at an early age. And then listening to music, DJing other people's songs, I felt like I could do something. I could do more into the industry, into the music industry, into the performing industry, because I also did some few acting scenes back in the days while I was still in Pretoria State Theatre. We're doing the live shows as well. So what inspired me is the jazz that I've been listening to at home. And then I will name some few producers.
Illmatic?
Hello, sorry about that. I got disturbed. So Kinuiki Takahashi. Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So I will name some few. Kinuiki Takahashi. And then from South Africa, it will be the jazz master Hugh Masekela. I've been listening to Chima Music 1083. We normally call him 1083 Problem Child. Maybe you know him as Problem Child. 1083 Da Capo. Just that now he fused into a different style, but back in the days, he used to create some dope tunes. Even now, he still creates some dope tunes, but yeah, he changed his style a little bit. And then from my cast, it will be Nesty Nev, Playmaster. They also inspired me on that side.
All right, thank you so much. You mentioned a lot of amazing producers there. Thank you so much.
No, Sawanga Zulu. That's actually quite a good list. Yes, that's actually quite a good list. Shout out to Matic for joining us, making his first appearance in the Deep Out Space. After Matic Deep, we're having Saygoes. Saygoes is also joining us for the very first time. Saygoes, please accept the mic or request the mic because you are up next. Matic, from my side, what do you think us as the platform, People Space, what do you think we can do more? I mean, for your music, but besides perhaps your music for the industry as a whole, what do you think platforms like ours can help out for artists and musicians in all round? Sure. Ilmatic Deep, did you hear that for me? Yes, no? Okay, let's try this again. Kazi, okay, can you hear me, Kazi? Yes, no?
Yes, Vox, I can hear you. Illmatic, can you hear Vox?
I can't really hear because it sounds low.
Vox, did you catch that? All right, Illmatic, I think I will ask the question which Vox asked you. Can you hear me?
You're also low. I'm trying to check if my speaker is working. It's also low. Maybe there's something wrong with my phone or something. But I'll check.
Vox, can you hear me? Are you still here?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, so I think the problem is on his side.
Okay. Illmatic Deep, it's okay, man. It's okay. Let's play another song and then we'll give Bua also a chance to actually ask or give submission. And then you're also gonna say goodbye. Three songs paid in. Three songs we paid in. Shout out to each and every person who's here. We have two new guests today. Illmatic Deep as well as Saygoes. She's actually grabbed the mic. Let's test her mic before we actually play on. Saygoes, mic check, mic check. Please unmute your mic. What's on left?
Yes, I just did. Am I
Good
audible?
afternoon. Someone.
Hello. Hey,
Yes,
Vox. How are you? I'm good in yourself?
yes, you're loud and clear.
Yes, okay. No, that's perfect.
That's a,
No,
okay.
hello.
Thank you so much for joining us. Bengithi check your mic. Yeah, check your mic in jail. But Kalalapo, Saklata, Illmatic Deep.
Okay, no problem.
Right? Yes. Okay. Okay. I think we all have. I think there's a glitch near Anafanda. Apologies to everyone who's listening. There's also a delay for my. But the apologies for the disconnections that we have. As mentioned, Say Goes is after Illmatic Deep, and then we're ending off with Trust SA. Actually released some songs today too, right? Yes. But for Manje, we'll play another song, Yaga Illmatic Deep. I think this one is my favorite from Illmatic so far. Boga, Zetu.
Aziyaduma mfana, azidume. Next up, it's Illmatic featuring Black Trump. Yo, Uvox Spaghetti. Yes, I'm fun. Yes, Lubui. Next up, it's Illmatic Tape featuring Black Trump with Don't Stoop at Standing Time. Enjoy.
Saygoes. This is Chima Music, and you are tuned into the Deep House Space.
The deep house space, 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 space.
Ingoma yasho phoka. Ingoma yasho mfethu angazi yona ucabanga. Let me test the mic again. Mic check, mic check. Shit. Ngideploy emapulazini ijayi. Uyazi empilweni. Hayi ijayi serious. But anyway, thank you so much for joining us on the Deeper Space. The song I just played now, Don't Stoop at Standing Tile by illmatic Deep featuring Black Trump. He's also having some slight connection issues, but we'll try to get him back on just to say goodbye to us. But hopefully you actually like that song too, like I do. Puga, oyinqale ingoma engicela ukudlala mfana. Thoughts?
Mfana, killer. You know, such music when Vox mfana ikufuna mfana ngama Sundays mfana yabona as you are doing your jazz requests and mfana angazi ukuthi uphelele phi ngayo, but yeah, it's reminding me mfana of lama request people would throw in there mfana, you know, anything that has to do with the trumpet. Yeah, mfana, like illmatic Deep has mentioned ukuthi he would have loved to work with the late Brahim Masigela, you know, in which it was a killer mfana. When it comes to a Trump, when it comes to a Trump, yeah, he used to kill it when it comes to a trumpet, you know. Without a doubt mfana, I love that jazzy music fusion that he has done there, and the melodies. It's so soulful, man. So soulful. For me, yeah, mfana, it's a killer. It's a killer tune, fun.
Nice, siyabonga Pole DJ. Siyabonga kakhulu. Let's hear the thought from our next guest. So we're gonna put her on the spot before we actually even start our chat with her. Saygoes, if you're still there, what are your thoughts? The song we just played. What are your thoughts about it?
It's a beautiful jam. It's a very, very beautiful jam, man. I'm just thinking, you know, a nice road trip, you know. Yeah, it gets you into the mood. It really gets you into the mood.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing. Siyeza kuwe ngiyabonga ukuthi yabona happy uhlele kahle lapho uphumule. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Okay.
Zulu, the last song from illmatic Deep.
Well, you know my thoughts about jazz. Once there is jazz in something, I'm already taken. It's a very beautiful song, and what I like about illmatic Deep as a producer is the diversity that he has. Because if you think of where we started and where we are now, it's very diverse, and I find it very refreshing when you can get a producer who can be able to do so many things, but not just do them, but do them well.
No, that's very true. That is very true. So if you would like to hear more of illmatic Deep, just type his name on streaming services and you'll come across more of his music. So we only pay 3, but there's tons and tons and tons of other great music from our first guest today, illmatic Deep. Hopefully he can come back and just give us last remarks. But we hope so. We hope so. But for now, to our next guest, actually met Saygoes, I think a couple of weeks ago. I think it's 3 weeks now or something. And she was playing. And yeah, I was like, okay, nice music. Nice to meet you. Let's have you on the Deeper Space.
Thank you
Saygoes,
so much.
so wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us on the Deeper Space.
Thank you so much, Vox, for having me on your platform. Yeah, man, it's such an honor. I don't want to lie. Yes. So thank you so much.
Bonga thina kakhulu. Yazi, firstly, I need you, maybe after the space, your handle, handle yako, I need it to be your stage name, right?
Okay.
Yes. You need your handle to
Okay.
be your stage name so that we can easily tag you, and you can be also easily recognizable. Né? But you can do that
Okay. Yes, no
after
problem. I'll do that.
this space.
Yes, I'll definitely do that.
Before we go too far, you are a DJ, producer, artist, but please just give us your brief about who Saygoes is. Um, where do you come from? This music thing. Um, yes, just please give us a short brief about you. Thank you.
Okay, so my name is Saygoes. I'm a deep house DJ and a producer. I was born and bred in Kimberley. I then moved to Johannesburg, and now I'm in the mother city, trying to build my name this side. So the love of music started way back. I started off as a dancer, and then after that, I used to be this person at home that would just entertain people by playing music for them and stuff. And they really loved my sound. And then I think it was around 2012 when I was like, okay, let me just go into DJing. And then that's when I was using a virtual DJ and stuff. And then from there, I kind of took a break from everything, and up until 2022. And that's when I was like, nah, man, let me just go back because, yeah, man, I felt that there was something that was just missing. And yeah, that's about it.
No, Siyabonga. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Mm,
It's always nice to actually meet people that actually know the platform. Yes, it's
mm.
actually quite nice. Then kuba lula ukuthi simeme, yabo. So no, it was absolutely great meeting you
Mm.
at Gypsies. We have two songs. Yeah, we have two songs. Could you tell us about the one that has been released before we actually play the music? Thank you.
Okay, so my first song is Breaking Through. It's my first project. It's a song that's very close to me. It's a song that just talks about, my journey, the struggles that I had to endure, how I had to push through, your obstacles, and how I just went against the odds. Yeah, it's a song that brings so much hope. It talks um about being resilient, and yeah, just doing your thing, man. Doing your thing. Life has got so many challenges, and yeah.
Siyabonga kakhulu. As a good to actually hear someone talk
Mm,
well about their music. I enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot. So
yeah.
shout out to each and every person for being here. Our guest right now is Saygoes. She's joining us for the very first time on the Deep Out Space. So if you want to come up and give a thought or two about the songs that we're gonna play two songs. We're gonna play one unreleased, and then we're gonna play one song that's already been released, which is titled Breaking Through. But I'm not sure what our DJ has queued in for us. So if you want to give a thought, don't be shy. It's always do not be shy at all. What did you say? Sireni Ngoma.
Locked and loaded, Fana. Everything we say, it goes. Kicking it off with Say Goes, with Breaking Through. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Sabrina Child, and you're listening to the Deep House Space. For the love of Deep House. For the love of Deep House.
And you're tuned into the Deep House Space.
Hello, this is Babiza, the brown skin MC, the one and only, and you are tuned into the Deep House Space. Hey, this is Carly Music, and you're listening to the Deep House Space. For the love of Deep House, baby.
Yes, for the love of Deep House, you tuned in to the Deep House Space. Thank you so much for joining us. And right now, our second guest for today, Saygoes, and we just played a song by her titled Breaking Through. So this one has been released. So go check out Breaking Through. I believe the plan is to release more songs. So go check out our second guest today. Mina bengithi ngibuze, Saygoes, is it because of your name Masego, right?
Yes, it comes from Masejo. Yes. So for me to even go for Saygoes is because, you know, people who are named Masejo or Lesego are often associated with the name Sejo, you know. So um a lot of people then just started calling me Saygoes, and I was like, that's very catchy, you know, and I just ran with it.
Okay. Okay, no, nice one. Nice one. I think sometimes I'm like a mom dad when they come from other people, right? Yeah, I think they're actually
Yeah,
quite.
definitely.
Let's give the mic to
Mm.
our next guest. Let's hear him regarding your song. I'm gonna test his mic too, because we produce yabo. Hayi thina abo-Vox, thina ama-critic nje man. Trust SA, mic check, mic check.
Ekuseni malume, hamba.
Okay, let me. Bese ngimnandi
Hola, hola
mfethu.
malume.
Mfethu, otherwise ukran.
Angikrend wena.
Just wanted to hear your thoughts on Saygoes.
Now I love the groove. I love the groove. She has the groove. Groove yakhona inswempu. It's pushing. It's pushing.
Okay, no, nice one, nice one. Hlala lapho-ke, hlala lapho uyalandela Zulu, ne? Noma net da, indawo. That is Trust SA.
Shasho malume.
is our last closing guest for today. Trust SA, I want you to do one thing. I don't know if it's me on your side, but if you exit, exit the space and then come back. No?
Okay. Okay, no
Because
problem.
I'm not sure if it's on my end or Ganjani. Just exit and then come back.
Sharp, sharp.
Nkazi Zulu, your thoughts on breaking through?
You know, folks, if Euphonia was here, she would say, Valanama laptop, because this is what the song gave me. It was such a groovy song. When she says, Uguti, it's a song that gives hope, this is not what I was anticipating. I was so surprised. What a beautiful song. There were a lot of claps there that I really enjoyed. It was such a lovely song.
Yeah, I know you phone and because of Figalana. Yeah. And also go through my timeline and start saying things. Thank you so much, Nkazi Zulu. What did DJ? DJ Mkulu wakuthi.
Ulolo, we're still here. We're still here. If you just joined us, welcome to it. We are in the deep house space. Please share the space. Let others know. Guti Isugi, it is that time. We have our producer and DJ Saygoes. Saygoes, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Man.
First question. I'd like to know, have you ever considered doing radio?
Yo, so I have done radio, but it was like your community radios, you know. I've worked for 2 stations. Yeah. and I just stopped.
You just, out of the blue, you just decided to stop.
Well,
In radio.
it wasn't out of the blue. Yeah, I was going through something, man. I just felt like, I should just take time from a lot of things and just be with myself, and yeah. A break led on to other things.
No, fully understandable.
Mm.
Probably I must say that if it does happen, I'd consider you going back to radio. I mean, your voice, man, it does soothe, for radio standards, and it is. Imagine so pusha, the deeper space. Give a
Hey,
shout out, deeper space there on the radio. No, you have a wonderful voice. I must say that. So
thank you
regarding
so much.
production, I mean, which types of elements? Because I heard a lot of elements within the first song that we played of yours. For you, when it comes to what is your go-to sound when it comes to production and kicking it off with I mean your kicks and then your snares, your lock drums. I heard lock drums there. But what is that go-to sound that you chase when it comes to production?
So you know what? How do I put it? I like playing around with your how do I put it? I like playing around with, I don't know how to put it. Oh Jesus. Still repeat the question again.
Yeah, skatuwa man, skatuwa. In
Yo,
production, ne?
thing is, I'm still like a bit new in this, so yeah,
No, fully understandable, fully understandable.
yeah.
And
Mm.
with that, are there any collaborators that you'd like to have probably in the future? Any DJ or producer, vocalist, any instrumentist that you'd like to work with?
At the moment, I told myself that I wanted to first, grow as a producer, get very familiar with the whole thing and be comfortable, and then yeah, maybe in future, but for now I just want to work on myself, I just want to better myself. Yeah.
Fully understandable. And let's come to DJing. I mean, with DJs, we have tons of DJs who would tell you, hooray, no, when probably you are being invited or being booked within a venue, and then you are told that we are using such and such CDJs. When you arrive there, you are finding a CDJ 200, Pioneer 200, going along with a CDJ Pioneer 850. One is with a USB, one is with a CD. Do you have a tech rider probably?
A tech rider.
Yes.
No. I don't. I've been in situations like that where, to my surprise, I'd be like, oh snap, I've never seen this before. But I always tell myself that an equipment is an equipment, and yeah, that's how I would just go about it. There was a time when I was playing with 850s. It was my first time, and there was a bit of errors there and there, but I just kept on going on. I just kept on moving on. I just told myself that you will learn as you go. So yeah.
And when it comes to like the vibe, do you go according to the vibe that you're seeing there within the crowd, or you just told yourself that okay, I'm moving from home, and this is my list. This is what I'll be playing. It doesn't matter if the crowd loves it or not. Or how do you like plan out your list, your playlist?
So when I became a DJ, I told myself that I wanted to teach people music. I wanted to introduce new music to people. That's why I think I've got this thing of I'll always ask if it's a deep house space, like if the place like mostly plays deep house music and stuff like that. So I would then go with those songs that I've compiled, and then play them as they are, because I'm all about teaching people new music, and yeah.
Last question, and I heard you saying you are a deep house space. A deep house producer and DJ. Are there any genres that you do play, perhaps, or you only strictly a deep house fanatic?
I'm a deep house fanatic. I'm a deep house. Okay, fine. I'm versatile, right? But I prefer deep house. I like music that's not that other genres are not meaningful, but I just like songs that can, reach out to people and just touch the soul. And for me, it's deep house. So I prefer deep house.
Fully understandable. No, thank you very much. Ne? I think let's take it back to the good music and let's hear the second song that you have blessed us with. Ke a leboha, ne?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Exavox.
This is the Deep House Space. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're here for the very first time, we do this thing on Fridays from 12 until 2 ish, 3 ish, nyana. This week, our first guest was on to our second guest right now. Saygoes. And then we're going to end off today's session with the Trust SA. We've already here. I think he's having some slides. Network jive. Hopefully, we have a Kontara talk with Trust SA. Next week, as mentioned, Beat Soul. Yes, Beat Soul, Push Guy, as well as C Black, C Mood. Should be fun. What else do we have here? Let me see. What's on the calendar? 8. Okay, Rogue somewhere there. Okay. Rogue is gonna be joining us at some point. X is gonna be joining us end of next month. Timer Music said September, ne? September. So yeah, no, we're not stepping anytime soon. We have a niece somewhere that makes deep house nyana. Send them away. So mfaka lapha Instagram lapha yana play off lapha ya. Thatha ingoma yakhe bayidlale Tomorrowland. You never know. You never know. But for now, back to ingoma. Boga, what are you playing?
We are playing Saygoes with a Great Day. Enjoy.
What's up, beautiful people? This is C Moody, and you're at the place to be with the Deep House Space.
Hey, what's up? This is Nutty Nice, and you are listening to the Deep House Space.
Hey, what's up? This is Lars Barenroth from Deeper Shades of House, and you're listening to the Deep House Space.
This is Nkazi Zulu The Force. You are currently tuned into the Deep House space. Please do share the space, invite others, and get ready for amazing music and great conversations.
Yes, for amazing music and great conversations, tune into the deeper space. Zizowa, njengoba ziwa namhlanje. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being here. We're on to our second guest. And the song we just played is Great Day. Nice, easy, subtle song. Yes, really nice. I like this one. I think I like this one better than the Knee Breaking Through. I like this one. I like it quite a lot. Saygoes,
Hey,
being
Vox.
a part of a male-dominated industry, um, how's the experience been? I mean, regarding perhaps getting gigs or being noticed for your music. How's it been? How's the industry been?
Yo, it's not easy, I must say, you know. I remember during my early days of being a DJ, you know, I went to this place where the owner told me that the person who's in charge of the music would would be the one who decides whether I can play there or not, you know. But the guy just ended up wanting to go. Okay, I was playing, right, and then the guy was like, no, let's go back to back. And I didn't understand that, because it was that thing of, but you're supposed to give me a chance to showcase, you know, what I can do. So it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And also just having to um meet people who like, yes, we can give you a gig, but then these are the conditions, and you know. So yeah, I wouldn't say that it's easy. It's not really easy, but we do what we have to do.
Yeah, no. I am sorry. Do what you have to do.
Mm.
Kazi Zulu, closing remarks for Saygoes.
You actually stole my question. Oh, gosh, yeah. So, hi, Seikos. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm getting you.
I'm good, thank you. So, what I was going to ask is very similar to what Uvox has already asked. If you
Mm-hmm.
have faced any type of discrimination because of your gender. So, yeah.
Mm.
But I really like your style of production. I like how it's so groovy, very lovely to listen to. The type of
Mm.
music you play when, you know, people are starting to get bored. This is the type of music you put through. So yeah, I really
Mm.
love your production. And thank you
Thanks.
for coming to join us. Since Vox has already asked me to do last remarks for you, where can people find you in terms of social media?
You can find me on Instagram. It's at Saygoes, and also on Twitter. It's at, okay, it's Masero Mautwani, but I'm about to change it, so I'll fix that. It's also at Saygoes, and yeah, so far those are the two platforms.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us your time and coming to share your music with us.
Thank you so much.
So, Kazi Zulu. Kazi Zulu. Poga, last remarks for Saygoes.
All I can say is she must keep up with what she's doing. The sound that she's doing, Sekos, the sound that you're doing is very, very beautiful. Keep up the good work, and we are expecting more and more and more. And consider going back to radio, please. Even if it's a podcast or something. But yeah, man, would love to hear more from you. Footy will also love to hear more collaborations that you would do. But yeah, all the best in the music journey. All the best, and God bless.
Thank you so much.
All right, small DJ Poga. From my side, Saygoes, Sabo and Skatsa. Thank you so much for joining us and coming through to the deeper space and making your first appearance. Yeah, Snatsala Gul, as Poga mentioned, see you back here again. So please do share when there's new music released, because I think we need a little bit more female producers than we have. I think day by day we'll try and uncover a new one. It's Sabo Masbo Skatsako. Are you playing anyway this weekend? Where can people fly and find you, perhaps?
Yes, I'm definitely playing tonight at Artisan on Brie. Yeah, I'll be playing from 9 o'clock up until 10. So if you're around, please do pull through. I promise to give you a great time.
Sibonga. Your closing remarks of the deeper space before Hamba.
That again?
Your closing remarks for real, let this for the platform. What do you think about it? And maybe where can we improve? Where can we get better at what we're doing?
Honestly speaking, I appreciate I appreciate being on this platform. It's one of those. I mean, it's that platform that I used to listen to, and I was like, I would be like, one day, I don't know when, but one day, nje, I just pray to God for it. I would just get that interview, and God has done it. I'm so grateful. It's a beautiful, beautiful platform. I'm happy. I'm happy with the whole platform, honestly speaking, and just keep on plugging people, man. Keep on doing the great work that you're doing, and may God bless you. Yeah,
Sibonga amagama amahle.
yeah,
Sibonga kakhulu. Stay blessed and no asohlangana estradini kanjani.
definitely. Okay, bye.
That is Saygoes. We played two of her songs. We played Breaking Through, which is already released, and then we played Great Day, which I think you need to look out for one of these days. She did mention she's playing at Artesia on Brave. If you're in the Cape, she's playing at 9. That should be dope too. That should be really dope. Saygoes. I was today. And now we go to our last guest, Trust SA. We actually haven't had Trust SA maybe like in a year or 2 or 3, somewhere there. So he's joining us again for a very, very long time. For the first time in a very, very long time. Trust SA, check your mic more. Mic check.
Hola, Malume, can you hear me?
Hayi ngiyakuzwa ke manje. Yabo akungadelay siyazwakala kamnandi.
Away.
Trust SA for people that don't know you, like space in the deeper space, maybe there's someone new who's like, I do not know who Trust SA is. Please do share
Yeah,
with everyone who is Trust SA.
I'll just keep it short. Trust this is a DJ and a producer from Pretoria, mainly in Mavopani, that has been working with the likes of your Timothy, Jeswell, Nestic Groove, Deep Essentials. The list is so forth, but yeah, it's just a DJ and a producer all the way from Pretoria, Mavopani.
Number one, number one. Today there's a remix that came out, remix package. I don't know what Boba is queued in, but it's actually dope. Please
Yeah.
tell us about the remix package.
Let me be honest about the remix. I took out this EP under the Deep House South Africa, the record label, you know it.
So
And then
you got it.
taking it out after a year, I get a text from Charles Webster, and it's like he's digging the first track on the EP, which is Lost Tapes, the second. Then I was like, yo, big man, what you saying right now means a lot to me because I used to listen to you like back in the days. And then fine. As time went, I think it was April. He was like he wanted to remix it. Can I please send him the separates? And then he also spoke to Byron. And then after doing that, I gave him the separates. But it took time. It took time. So to me, I thought, this guy is just joking. It's just. And then a few weeks ago, it's like, yo, man, I'm done with your remix. Tell me how it sounds. And then that's how it came about. Because he loved the first track, like on the EP.
That's dope, yes, that's really nice. Honestly, is really nice. Like, really nice. And that white man is based here in Cape Town now. So
Who,
if you're,
Charles?
yeah, he's based in the Kapa now. He's
Yeah, I
literally,
didn't know. I didn't know.
yeah, no, he's based here. I think he's playing next week somewhere. Yeah, somewhere next week
Yeah.
is got a gig. Yeah, somewhere. But yeah, he's based this side in the Cape. So it's actually wonderful news, man, to hear someone as big as him, making music with local artists. It's actually quite
Yeah, a whole legend.
absolutely. Buga, are we ready with the song? Play first, because Buga is the DJ here. He tells us what to listen to. But Buga, the DJ, please take us away with some music.
Yes, sir. Kicking it off with the very same song that you guys are talking about. Everyone is curious which one. We are playing the Lost in Tape Charles Webster remix, dub remix. Enjoy.
Hey, what's up? This is Lars Barrenroth from Deeper Shades of House, and you're listening to the Deep House Space.
The deep house space, 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 space,
What's up, beautiful people? This is C Moody, and you're at the place to be with the Deep House Space.
Introducing the Deep House Space. My name is Euphonia. Imagine yourself lost in a world of pulsing bass lines, hypnotic melodies, and infectious grooves. Welcome to your haven for deep house delights. Let's embark on this sonic journey together.
Hi, this is Nkazi Zulu the Force. You are currently tuned into the Deep House Space. Please do share the space, invite others, and get ready for amazing music and great conversations.
Sawonga DJ Bunga, Sawonga DJ Bunga, Sawonga Gulu. Kazi Zulu, what do you think of the dub? What do you think of the dub remix?
Vox, it's dub remix, so I think it's amazing. I think Lost Tape was a beautiful song to begin with. Now, with it being remixed by Charles Webster, you can imagine how that is. There's a time when Trust was speaking in the background. He hadn't muted his mic, and I thought that was part of the song. That was so weird. But yeah, I think it's beautiful to see, like what Trust said already, Uguti, imagine you grew up listening to someone, now they are remixing your song. I'm sure that feels amazing. Trust, how are you doing? Vox, can you hear me?
Let's try him again. Trust SA, are you still there? Trust SA, mic check, mic check. Okay, Trust SA. Jogo Wushilo Kazi Zulu. He had muted the mic and was speaking to people. He's probably speaking to people right now, but hopefully he can come back to us. Hopefully he can come back to us. Let me try him again before you go and play some music. Trust SA, mic check, mic check. Come back from talking with people, man. Come back. Okay, he's not. Okay, he can't hear us. I'll text him. I'll text him. Puga, when you talk about what do you think of the dub remix?
Like Gazi said, man, dub is such a beautiful genre, you know. But also, you know, did you know, Vox, that the term dub actually means it's a remix of a remix? And in other terms as well, we take dub as just a remix that comes in mind because it's created as a genre unusual. But yeah, we learn every day. We learn. But nevertheless, Mfana, the dub for me, it was dope. It was dope. I mean, it's Charles Webster, Mfana. You know, who else could have remixed it? You know, and Mfana, we give props to Untwana Trust SA that he's able to push to that certain point mfana ukuthi namakhotmani mfana they are stepping in and saying, you know what, man, can I do something with this song? Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Trust, man. He's pushing.
No, Nagancha, Nagancha. Let's try him again. Trust to say, mic check, mic check. We are waiting for you here on the depot space. Okay. Trust, I got phone call now to Formania, but we'll try him and get him back on. Because when they actually, when they got the song back, did he give a thorough feedback to us? Not to my kissy volume, Lahana. This thing doesn't sing properly, Lahana. Yeah, well, it was the back and forth. So it's accepted as it is. I'm not come back and forth on okay. But anyway,
And in which
let's
Vox Yazini, you are telling the truth in Jayam, because I feel like somehow we tend to be scared of ukuluma Benjam, as we tend to be scared of ukulumi so sometimes to say just because probably you are a legend, you have been in the game, and now you are scared of getting that backlash, you understand, of maybe ukuvalelwa ama channel, yabo. And I feel like we need to be open and honest at point in times when we are doing collaborations as people, or probably when someone is remixing your song, giving them a back and forth to say no, I'm happy, or no mfana I equal right for me, and I understand. So I feel like mfana, what you're saying, mfana, your statement is really mfana on point, boy.
Naganjar. I think the feedback is it's needed, because also you get to learn now as a producer about what you actually want from your own music, from your own music being released or remixed. yabo. Shout out to KG Sunset. I've always wanted this man a deeper space. One of these days we'll get him on a deeper space. Shout out to KG Sunset on the space. I think he's one of the greatest remixers in SA. That's just me. That is just me, by the way. Not the deeper space. Just Vox. Just Vox. And who Shango, as well. Friday.
I can even see Ntwana Illmatic is back. But yeah, we are playing Trust SA with Nasty Groove. Gone are those days. Extended mix. Enjoy.
Introducing the deep house space. My name is Euphonia. Imagine yourself lost in a world of pulsing bass lines, hypnotic melodies, and infectious grooves. Welcome to your haven for deep house delights. Let's embark on the sonic journey together.
This year is a king on the mic, a king on the vocals, the soulful bishop, Muhammad's chosen, and you are listening to the Deep House Space.
Hi, this is Floyd of Lilac Jeans.
And this is Manu of Lilac Jeans. You are now listening to the Deep House Space.
Yes, you're listening to the Deep House Space. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for sharing around. We're on to our last guest today for today's session for this month. Yeah, next month. Yeah, this is actually the last Friday of August. Yes, last Friday of August. Next Friday we're starting with August. Yes, this is the last Friday of July. Man. Yes. The song we just played is "Gone Are Those Days" by Trust SA and Mystic Groove. Kasi Zulu.
You know what, Fox? Utrust does futuristic sound in a different way from everyone else. Whenever I hear it, I already know this is Trust before I even know who it is. And this is why I fell in love with his sound. You know, I'm a big fan of Trust. Trust, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can now hear you. How are you doing?
I am good. How are you doing, man?
I'm very well. Who is your current favorite deep house producer and why?
It's the Capo. The Capo is my current favorite producer, and I love his music because he's out of the box and he doesn't limit himself. Whenever he does something, he needs to be different. It's not something that's monotonous, you know. He needs to be like totally different.
No, thank you for that. That is it for me for now.
Okay.
So, guys, Trust SA, before you left, when we were playing the dub remix, we wanted to find out, so did you give Tara feedback to Charles? Like, did you tell him to your drum doesn't sound nice, your snare is out of tune? Did you give him Tara feedback?
No, I didn't. I don't even want to lie. I was like, I love it. I don't want to like judge his work because I know he's been in the game. I was just like, I love it. But honestly, the first version, not the dub, I didn't feel it like that. But it took time for me to understand it.
Yeah, and then I never come to it. Now I was gonna tell him off. I was gonna tell him to come back, make three versions. But yeah, no, yeah. Puga, gone are those days.
Mfana. Beautiful tune, beautiful tune. Next, Nasty Groove with Trust SA. The collaboration, Mfana, it was proper. It was proper. In fact, Trust, can you take us through Njaka Hore? What was happening in the process of the song? Did you like start the beat and then you were like, you know what? I think the best person to include in the song it would be Nasty Groove, or how did it come about?
Well, he was the first person to start the beat because I told him about the EP I wanna create. Because the whole EP, like WTF, the person who came up with that name was Mood Dusty, and he told me that he wants this funky sound. So I gave him the first track, which was WTF, that came out under the what's this the compilation, the Kenneth Bean compilations, the giant compilation volume 9. Then fine, after that, I created So Excited. After So Excited, I told Nastic, and then Nastic was like, "Yo, man, I've got this beat. Just listen to it. Tell me what you can do." And then I was like, yo, man, just bring it. I'll finish it off. So he started the beat and I finished it off.
Beautiful, Njaka, beautiful. And then my next question, Njaka, comes to streaming, man. Mfana, when we're looking at your platforms like Spotify, man, we have where they tell you, hore, you would earn a certain amount after million streams, what's your
Okay.
what's your take, Mfana, when it comes to such streaming platforms? Do you think probably if Mzansi in SA we were to create our own streaming services, do you think probably it would work out in our favor? What do you think?
I think if in Mzansi we had to create our own platforms, we'd have to like we'd have to put it out there, because now if you just come and create your own platform, it's gonna take time for you to convince some producers that here's a platform, guys. This one is a platform that's not gonna exploit you. It's gonna give you like this amount, and then the the creator of that platform is just gonna take this amount. Because one thing I've seen, artists from overseas and artists from this side, they don't get the same amount. You know, like if I reached 1 million streams and a Drake, for instance, reaches 1 million streams, the revenue is not the same. And it's something I read about a few weeks ago.
Yeah, no, that is deep, Jack. That is deep. I feel like we could go deep into this conversation of streaming platform of streaming platforms, But Liteng in
Yeah.
Jack, I'd like to know, man, regarding your work, your production and collaborations, are there certain standards that you are looking for when it comes to working with another producer or vocalist? Is there anything probably you have a mandate to say, this is how I work, this is how I operate, and I'm looking for such and such? Also, when it comes to a vocalist, man, are you that person that would say, you know what, do what you think is best as a vocalist, come out of your box or be creative? Or you would tell a vocalist that I want a certain song, I want certain vocals to be like this, and this is how you should sing? How do you work about that?
Well, mostly when I work with vocalists, we don't work in the same room because I'm far. So most of the time I would just send a beat and then I'd be like, do the most, and then just send back the work, and then we'll take it from there. But personally, I let them be. Unless if I'm in the room. If I'm in the room and we're together, I'll direct you. I'll direct you and tell you this is how it must be. And then you also as a vocalist will tell me, no, this is what must happen and this is what must change. So that we can just make something solid, Because I don't like working under pressure. I don't like working under pressure. And I also don't want to like pressurize vocalists. So I always tell them, just take your time and then just give me the final work, and then I listen to it and give you my opinion. Same applies to them. When they ask beats, I'd send beats, and then out of five, maybe they'll like one. And then I'd be like, what about the rest? And they'd be like, no, I didn't like this beat because of this and that. And then that's how it works, back and forth until we're both happy.
And when it comes to producers, other producers, for instance, probably Boga would say, Exe Trust, I'd like us to work on a production. Are there certain requirements that you would look into me as Boga, that you would probably want, or how do you work around with producers?
Okay, what producers, honestly speaking, just give me quality work. Just give me quality work, and then our energy should be the same. Because if our energy doesn't match and you're just giving me like mediocre work whereby I need to finish everything, I'm not gonna even respond. I'll be like, okay, bring the beat, bring everything, but I'll just stall all the way. Because working with producers, especially online, you can see the efforts. There's efforts. When somebody gives you a project, you can see, okay, this guy took an effort. So now when I jump on the beat, I know, okay, I'm just gonna put this there, and this there, and then it's a beat. But now you're just gonna give me like something that's like 1 minute. Then I need to take the song from 1 minute until 7 minutes or 5 minutes. It's a lot of work. it might as well be my song. I'll feature you. So yeah,
Ko tlo shapa ka kiki ka clap le snare fela ke gae. So o tla bona o etsa jwang.
yeah. You see, yeah. Check out feature.
All right, Njaka. And what's your last question? What's your go-to sound? Now you are in studio, you are creating a song. What's that first go-to sound that you like when it comes to your production?
Like my go-to song, something that I always use, or what?
Yeah, like something that you always use, something that you feel like without the sound, it won't sound like
Yeah.
Trust SA. What is that go-to sound?
There's this there's this thing that goes like cha, 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 cha. I don't know if you've heard it. There's this cha, 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 cha sound. I don't know what it's a crash, but I don't know what kind of a crash that is. It goes like cha, cha,
A
cha, cha.
crash type of like shakanyana, gee.
Yeah, yeah. It goes like cha, 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 cha. If you hear that sound, just know that yeah. Ntano fitli.
I know. Thank you very, very much, Njaka. Ke a leboha. Let's take it back to the good music, eh?
Shout out, shout out.
Thank you, my boy. Xe Fox.
No, it's long, trust is a nice conversation, gents. Really nice conversation. Puga, two more songs, man. Two more songs, and then we call it a day, right? 100, okay. Yabonga from Kazi Zulu. And shout out to everyone again. The next week, Pizzo, Push Guy, C Modi, and C Black next week. Next week, Friday, which is the 1st of August. On the 15th, we have a surprise guest. 15th of August, we have a surprise guest. It's Azobuya, man. But anyway, for now, we have two more songs, and then after this, we'll give remarks. And if you want to come up still, as always, you want to come up and share your thoughts, Nyana. Just share the good, it's cool, it's right. Oh, yes. Don't be shy, please. Do not be shy at all. Just to come and just share your remarks man, about what we do. We always talk alone here, but we always like to hear thoughts from everyone else who's listening. Bora, let's do this, man. Idlala and love.
Ngiyacaba masolaha kanje. Hayi ngiyacaba mfana. Next up, just to say with WTF, what the funk. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Nkazi Zulu the Force. You are currently tuned into the Deep House space. Please do share the space, invite others, and get ready for amazing music and great conversations.
Yo, this is your boy, Uzi Black. You are now tuned into the Deep House Space. Hashtag the Deep House Space.
What's up, beautiful people? This is C Moody, and you're at the place to be with the Deep House Space.
Hi, my name is Bungiwe Itlafogazi. You are listening to the Deep House Space. For the love of Deep House. Hi, this is Sabrina Child, and you're listening to the Deep House Space. For the love of Deep House. For the love of Deep House.
Yes, for the love of Deep House. This is the Deep House Space. Thank you for joining us. Next month we do 4 years. So next month we're gonna sing a cake. We'll sing a cake next month. Yes. Yeah. Next month, innit? Yeah. Let's sing a cake and celebrate the 4 years of the Deep House Space. Thank you for being a part of the thing, man. Teaching every person is here today. So it's truly, truly amazing. Song just played now is second song from our last guest, Trust SA, What the Funk, which comes from his EP titled What the Funk. And this was released on the 11th of July under Candid Beings Records. Trust, are you sure? Are you sure you gave you gave it your best to give us the funk? Are you sure?
I think I did well. I think I did. I think I'm sure. You guys will tell me.
Nah, fair, but nah, fair.
Oh
Dr.
yeah.
Zulu, last remarks for the funk man that he thinks he gave us the funk today.
No, I think he did well on this song, honestly. Honestly. Well, this is my opinion. I think he did so well. I remember sharing the song on my Instagram and the reaction was crazy. I think even to this day, people are still reacting to that song. So I personally think it was a great song. Trust, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sharing your time with us. Where can people find you? Say they want to book you or they want to collaborate. Where can they find you?
At the Real Trust SA, all platforms except for Twitter. Twitter it's Trust SA. So yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay.
Siyabonga, Kazizulu the Force. Kazizulu the Force has a playlist on Spotify. If you go on a profile, you'll come across a playlist titled Deep House Junkies. I don't know if those people take drugs or something, but that is the title of the playlist. Boy DJ, last remarks for Trust SA.
Mfana, imagine a beautiful collaboration from Trust SA and Young Malls with their sounds clashing together. And yeah, Mfana, Yo, Trust SA, have you ever thought of that, Jack? When a young malls, have you ever thought probably doing something fun? Imagine an EP between both of you all, Jack. What do you say?
Um, I've never, but I've met the guy once. I've met him in, where do they host Addicted to House? Um, Force or something. I met the guy there, but his sound is super unique, and I think it would click. It would click.
It would
He
definitely
makes the
click,
funk.
Jack. Yeah, it
Yeah,
would
he
it would
makes the funk.
definitely. Yeah, he made the funk. Yeah, and Luena Mfana, what the funk? I know it would click. It would definitely click. But
I'll
nevertheless,
definitely hit him up. I'll hit him up.
as a belief in Jaka, as a belief, do that, and your guys must pull up an ipinyana, come through, and then allow us Mfana to listen to it, with the good listeners out here. But Mfana, nevertheless, thank you very very much, Jaka, for blessing us with your presence. It was a wonderful one. Thank you to each and every artist, of course. But Ralebu and Jaka, and we hope to see you again when you come through with something new, and.
Away, guys. I'm all the best to you guys, and thank you for having me. I appreciate the opportunity. Stay put, stay pushing Buffet to the platform.
Ulu Njaka, thank you very much, John. Danko. Xevox.
Hola.
No, siyabonga DJ Booga. Siyabonga to Chubby Ninja. And shout out to Trust SA, man, for making time for us in the Deeper Space. Go check out his discography. He's got a good library. And his library of music is quite good. We've had him, as mentioned, a couple of times now in the Deeper Space. And we are grateful to be able to host him again. Trust and Joe, what else can we expect? What is coming up? What can people expect, Yana?
Stay true compilation. Stay true EP. Jeswell album, and many more. There's a lot. Could mention there's a lot, but a lot is coming. Black Motion as well. Yeah.
Great stuff. Fun. Absolutely lovely to hear that. Especially if you even
Oh,
dive into making music, Black Motion, which is actually completely different type of music. It's nice. Rehab inja.
thank you.
Obviously, if you enjoy, the last remarks are out today.
I had fun, Buffet too.
Yeah.
I wish in the future you guys could have like a podcast whereby there's like videographers and stuff, whereby you can call all the artists. Lipushing Buffet.
Nara level inja.
Oh la.
Nara level. Nara ema. Hopefully, Boa can buy us the equipment or something. Come on. But thank you so much for traveling around. We'll see if we'll start doing and we'll see you around.
Hola, hola.
That is Trust SA. We played some songs from What the Funk, his most recent EP released under Kenneth Banks. Go check it out. We also played a song that has been remixed by Charles Webster, released under Deep House SA. Go check out some amazing music that this young man has done. And shout out to each and every person for joining us. Shout out to all our guests. Saygoes. Shout out to illmatic Deep, who was our first guest for today. Thank you so much for giving us your time and being with us here on the Deep House Space. We do some Fridays. So next week we'll be back, and the week after, and the week after, and the week after. Unless it's a holiday, we are off. But if there's no holiday on a Friday, we are here. So please join us yet again, as we'll be back in a short. Sizobuya njengomqolo wakho. Kasi Zulu, please give us your last remark for today. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who joined us today. I'd like to take the time to thank you to our regulars, the people who are here. From 12, Lindo, we see you with your honor. Thank you for being here. I would like to wish everyone a happy weekend, guys. Have an amazing, amazing weekend, and thank you for your time.
No, siyabonga Deep House Junkie kaZulu the Force siyabonga. Epuka usikayela siluma lapha nina sibaye ngengoma. Sibonga mfethu ngomsebenzi wakho omuhle inside. Yizwe.
Ululu. Can't wait, Mfana, for that surprise guest. Mfana, I can't wait. Pincham. I can't wait. Thank you to each and everyone who pulled up, man. Thank you to each and everyone who came through. Thank you to each and everyone who's always here every week. You know, without y'all, we can never do it. You know, Trust SA, what you said in Fanaka podcast is the same thing that Dakapo said. Yeah, we're looking into that. And we'll definitely do that. Fana will definitely do that. But shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to Trust SA. Shout out to illmatic. Shout out to Saygoes. It was a wonderful one. Let's do it again next week. Like Vox has said. Take care, everyone. Remember, whatever you're doing, it's a choice. Be safe, be good. From me, Puga the DJ, Voxman, and Kazizulu, we are out. Signing off with Trust SA. So excited. Nibe right, nibe moch. Ololo.
For the love of deep house.
Enter the underground where music's deep and the vibes are real. Your weekly dose of deep house is here. Let's get lost in the music. Hashtag the deep house space.
My name is Bongani Mehlomakulu. The Deep House Space. Grace upon these platforms that expose the undiscovered. As we enter, we breathe fire from the other side. Conquer and divide. By our rules they will abide. House music is in control, now turns the tide. In our house, we are one, connected with the rhythm. My name is Bongani Mehlomakulu, and you're tuned into the Deep House Space.
Ololo, we are out. Xevox, Vadalap.